y'all, that all scripture is God breathed, profitable for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and so on and so forth, so that the man of God may be complete. So the whole of scripture, don't let anybody tell you otherwise, is good for God's people, and you should be reading all of it. The reason why we're seeing a lot of the things that we are seeing in the church today is because there is a lack of teaching the full counsel of God, which is the whole of his word, right? So anyways, a lot of people think that the Apostle Paul is not trustworthy. And I'm going to get into the reasons why many people feel that way in a minute. But I want to also share with you guys something from 2 Peter 3, verses 15 through 18, and 1 Corinthians 9, verses 1 through 3. Because we must understand, you are a person who feels this way about Paul. You are not the first people to call Paul's teachings not from God or not want to trust in him. But you need to understand that this way of thinking is of the devil. And to say that is to discredit the very words of God that the Apostle Paul were inspired to write or speak. And that is not okay. That is to remove several portions of scripture, y'all. And we cannot possibly think that that is a good way of thinking, or that this is a way that God has called us to think. Let's start with 2 Peter 3, verses 15 through 18, y'all. This is the Apostle Peter speaking. Just as our beloved brother Paul also wrote to you according to the wisdom given to him by whom? By God, speaking about these things as he does in all of his letters, in which there are some things that are difficult to understand, which the untaught and unstable twist and misinterpret, just as they do the rest of the scriptures to their own destruction. Let's pause for a minute here. He's saying that there are people who say these things about Paul's writings because they are hard to understand. And then there are others who simply twist what he says and try to make it fit their own interpretation because they are untaught and they are unstable. And it goes on to say, just as they do the rest of the scriptures. Y'all, anybody who twists and misinterprets any part of scripture should be a person that you should be very, very concerned about any of the other things that they